Hello everyone, good morning. So today we are going to discuss about exercise 2F. I've already completed exercise 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, 2E and the key concepts of whole number. One thing that you have to remember, that is the key point that you have to remember in your mind, that when the videos are being given to you, you have to watch the video till the end, because more and more concepts are being given during the videos, not in the initial phase. So you have to watch the video till the end. And one more thing, you have to stay attentive in the group, because one of the student of class 6 have asked me that where is exercise 2E, but I have already sent the video in the group. Because you are not attentive in the group, that's why you have not you have not seen the link. It's your duty, because physically I'm not there to see whether your attention is there or not. You have to be serious. You have to take the stand that I'm going to watch all such videos and raise and just build my concept, because your concept must be crisp and concrete for your future, for your next classes as well. So one thing that you have to remember, you have to watch the video till the end, and as well as just make sure while watching you are just raising the questions in your mind, because when the Zoom classes are being going on, you have to raise your question that I'm having that particular doubt. You have to ask me, because if you don't have any sort of doubts, that means you have not watched it properly with full attention, right? So you have to have some type of confusions regarding the concepts. All right, without wasting any time, let's just jump into exercise 2F. Wait. Before jumping, what I am going to discuss with you today, we are going to discuss about the properties of division under whole number, right? Properties of whole number under division, basically. So what are the properties that I'm going to teach? You know already, right? Closure property, commutative property, associative property, and some more properties will be there. And let's just see whether division can hold its own identity under, whole number can hold its identity under division. Let's just check it out, and after that let's just jump into exercise 2F. So let's start. Alright, so these are the 4 properties that first of all we have to discuss, and later on some other properties are there. So let's just jump into first property. This is closure property. Closure property is nothing but what? When the two numbers are being interacted with each other, or let's say operated with each other under division, so it must give you what result? It must give you a whole number. When the two whole numbers are being operated with each other, so that the result will be a whole number. So that is our task. But in the case of division, it is not at all possible. Why? Because if I take 2 and 4, these are the two whole numbers, and if I put divided sign over here, then it will not give us a whole number. Why? It will not give us a whole number. Why? Because 2 is divided with 4. 2 is divided with 4, divided by 4, sorry. So 4 into what number? 4 into what number gives you 2? There is no such whole number present for us, so that the result, so that it will give us 2. So in that case, we cannot write that, we cannot say that closure property, it holds under division. So what do you mean by properties of whole number under division? The first part is closure property, and what do you mean by that? When the two numbers are being operated with each other, so the net result must be of same kind. What is that same kind means? Whole number. When the two whole numbers are being divided with each other, it must give us a whole number. But in the case of division, it is not at all possible. But when we are talking about commutativity, then in that case, is it possible or not? Let's just find out. So here the same examples are there. Let's say 4 and 2. These are the two numbers, and first of all, commutativity means what? The first two numbers will be same, and that we just operated with these two numbers, and then we just interchange the numbers, and then find it out what will be the result. If the result will be same, then we can say that commutativity holds. Then the two numbers are commutative, right? So here 4 and 2 are there. So what will be the result? So it means what? 4 is divided by 2. 4 is divided by 2. So 2 into what gives you 4? We know that 2 into 2 gives us 4. So the answer will be 2. But if I reverse the situation, then it is not possible. It will not give us a whole number. It is not equal to a whole number. So in that case also, we cannot say that commutativity holds under division when we are talking about a whole number. So let's just shift into associativity. What do you mean by associativity? Associativity means when the three numbers are being operated with each other and some brackets are being there, right? So let's say 4, and then three different numbers. Let's say we take three different numbers. So let's say 4 and then 8 and then let's say 16, right? And then we put divided sign. The first, these two will be operated with each other, and let's say what will be the result. So here we cannot find out the result because 4 is divided by 2. Let's say some other example I just put out where the result will be there, right? In that case we cannot find out the result. So here 16 divided by 8 divided by 4. Now it is okay. So now let's see, 16 divided by 8 is what? When 16 is divided by 8, the answer will be 8 into 2 is 16, right? So the answer is 2 and then divided by 4. So now here the answer is 2 divided by 4. So that means this case we cannot say that this is a whole number. So let's say the other way, 16 divided by 8 divided by 4. So here bracket will be shifted over here, and then 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 means what? 8 divided by 4 means what? What is the answer? 2, right? So 16 divided by 2. So 16 divided by 2 we can find it easily, that is 8. So the answer is 8, but here we cannot find out the answer, but the numbers are same. We just shifted the brackets. So in that case we can say that associativity will not hold under what? Under division. So all the three properties will not hold under division. So one thing that we have to remember, in case of addition and in case of multiplication, all the three properties, that is closure property, commutativity, associativity, it holds, right? Under what? Under addition and multiplication. But in case of subtraction and division, it cannot hold. Because what? Because these things are happening. These things are happening where we cannot find out the result, or the result will not be same as compared to the other one. So we can say that in addition and multiplication, all the three properties it will hold, but in case of subtraction and division, it cannot hold. Understood or not? I think you might understood what I'm trying to say. Now let's just jump into the fourth part, that is division by a number itself. What do you mean by division by a number itself? Itself means what? It is being self divided with that particular number. So let's say if I take one number as 8, that is the number, and it is being self divided with each other. Self division means what? 8 divided by 8. 8 divided by 8. So the answer is what? What I am talking about? 8 divided by 8. So the divisor is 8 and dividend is 8. So what do you mean by divisor and dividend? So let's say the number which is being divided, that is called as dividend. So that is a later part which is there in your book, but let's just understand here. Let's just understand in this point. All right. So if I'm talking about, let's take some different example and then we can continue on this property. So here, let's say 16 and 2 is there. Let's say not just 16. Let me just take 15 and 2. These are the two numbers and we have to divide 15 divided by 2. We have to do like that. So that means what? 15 is being divided by 2. So the number which is being divided, that is called as dividend. Dividend, right? So the number which helps in the process of division, it is called as divisor. And after that, what I should do? We have to find out the nearest one, because here 15 is there. We cannot completely divide this particular number with 2. So here the nearest number of 15 is 14. Because we cannot exceed the number, we have to find out the nearest lesser number than our dividend. So here 2 into 7 is 14. So 2 into 7 is 14, right? So 2 into 7. So what is 7? What is 7? The result which comes in that top area, that is called as quotient. That is called as quotient. Now, so here the next process is what? Minus, because 15 minus 14 is basically 1. So whatever remains at the last, that is that we can say as the garbage part, right? So the garbage part is basically our remainder, that remainder, right? So these are the 4 things that we have to remember. I just give one example, I just present one example with you all so that you can understand very easily. So let's just repeat it. Let's just summarize once again. The number which is being divided, it is called dividend. The number which helps in the process of division, that is called as divisor. The answer which comes, which is in the top, that is called as quotient, and the garbage part is called as remainder. So I think these concepts are clear to you. I hope you have got this concept in class 5 as well, but I just want to summarize all those things because the questions are being there in exercise 2F as well. So let's just jump into that 4th property, division by the number itself. So what I'm talking about, let's say I've taken one example of 8, that number, right? So it is a whole number. It is a whole number. So the division by a number itself, that means what? The 8 is being divided with that same number itself, right? It is being divided with itself, that is 8 divided by 8. So 8 into 1 will give you 8, right? So the meaning of this property is whatever the number it should be there, whatever the number it should be there, it is being what? It is being, when it is being self-divided with each other, the answer should be 1. The answer, it will be 1. So when any number except one number is there, which when self-divided with each other, it will not give you 1. So what is that number that I am going to, that I am focusing on? That number is 0. That number is 0. And the reason behind that I will discuss with you in the later part. So stay attentive. Alright, so 8 divided by 8 is basically 1. 8 divided by 8 is basically 1. Or any number, any sort of natural number, if you take and we just self-divide that particular number, the answer will be 1. So that's what this property is talking about. So let's just jump into the 5th property. Alright, so these are the 3 more properties that we have to discuss, and later on we will jump into our exercise part. So the 5th point is that 0 divided by a whole number. 0 divided by a whole number. So when one number is divided by 0 divided by a whole number, so that means what is 0? What is the speciality of 0? Here 0 is called as a dividend, and the other whole numbers are called as divisor. Alright, so here let's say 0 and 7, right? So if I put 0 divided by 7, so what will be the answer? What will be the answer? So here we just find out 0 is over here and then 7, right? So 7 into how much gives you 0? We know that 7 into 0 gives you 0, because that is the logic behind that. 7 is being multiplied for how many times? 0 times. 7 is being multiplied for how many times? 0 times. So that's why the answer is 0. Make sure you just note it down what I'm try to describe, right? You just fix in your mind that the reason behind each and every possibilities of maths is being what? Is being described. It is not such that we cannot describe, or some parts are there where we don't know the exact reasoning, but reasoning must be there. There must be some logic behind it, that whatever the things are happening in mathematics. Alright, so here 0 is divided by 7. So 7 into how much gives you 0? Because 7 into 0 gives you 0. Why? Because 7 is multiplied with how many times? 0 times. So that means the answer will be 0 and then 0. So the answer is basically 0. Or you just take any sort of numbers, let's say 0 divided by 16, let's say 0 divided by 15. In all such cases, the answer will be 0, because any sort of numbers will be there. It should be multiplied with how many times? 0 times. So that means the answer will be 0. So that's about our fifth property. So let's just jump into sixth property, that is division by 0. Division by 0. So here, that is the reverse part of that property. Fifth property, that is the converse part of fifth property, is our sixth property. So here the numbers are being interchanged. So let's say 7 and then division, yes, so that is the question, right? So 7, 0 is the dividend and 7 is outside over here. No, sorry, I've just written the same thing. 7 and then 0, so that is the actual representation. So 7 divided by 0. When 7 is being divided with 0, 7 is being divided with 0. So 0 into how much gives you 7? 0 into how much gives you 7? 0 into anything, you just multiplied with 0 and the answer will be 0. So it cannot reach up to 7 or any sort of numbers, 0 into what? 0 into 7 gives you 0, 0 into 14 gives you 0, 0 into 100 gives you 0, 0 into any number gives you 0. So for that reason we cannot find out the result of this particular notation. So in that case we can write undefined. So that is the logic behind that 7 divided by 0, because we cannot find out that particular number for which 0 into that particular number gives you 7 or any sort of number that we are talking about. So in that case we can write undefined, because we cannot find out that particular number. So in that case we can write undefined. So if I take one more example, let's say 19 divided by 0. So in that case also the same process will be repeated, because 0 into any number will not give you 19. There is no such number exist which will give you 19, into 0, basically 0 into any number which will not give us 19. So in that case we can write undefined, right? So I think the fifth and sixth property will be what? You just get it what I'm trying to say. So now let's just jump into seventh property. Seventh property I have already discussed. Right now I have just discussed that is about division algorithm, and this process is called division algorithm, which I have just discussed with you. What is the topic? That is dividend, divisor, remainder and quotient. So let's just take one more example which I have just taken right now. So that is 15 and then divided by 7, right? 15 divided by, or let's say I have just taken what I took, 15 divided by 2, right? So if I take 15 and 2, so 15 is what? 15 is the dividend. 15 is the dividend, right? And 2 is what? 2 is the divisor, which just helps in the process of division. So now the upmost part will be our quotient, the result part basically, and then the garbage part is our remainder. So to frame that process, division algorithm helps us basically. So the division algorithm tells us about how to represent this jumbled things into a arranged way, how to represent such things. So for that purpose, division algorithm tells us that dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, right? So dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So that's what division algorithm is all about. So let's just check let's just verify whether this property is applicable or not. Let's just find out. Why should we believe on such algorithm? Let's just find out. So here 15 is there, 15 is our dividend, right? So we have to find out 15 equal to the whole terms. What is there? So 15 is our dividend, so the answer must be 15, right? It should not be more than 15, it should not be less than 15. So the answer must be 15. So let's say divisor is 2 into quotient is 7, and what is the garbage part? That is 1. So 7 into 2 is what? 14, and then 14 plus 1 gives us 15. So that is our dividend. So that is our dividend. Hence this algorithm is absolutely verified, and we know that already. So for verification part, I have just shown you that this property holds or not. So that's all the 7 properties of whole numbers. And one more thing that I will discuss in the last part of this particular segment, that why 0 divided by 0 is not 1. Alright, so let's just jump into exercise 2F and solve some questions. Alright, so let's just start exercise 2F. Here the first question is to find the value of the following. 990 divided by bracket 640 divided by 64. So that is our first question, and we know that first we have to operate the bracket part. So here just write solution and then let's start our process. So 990 divided by, and then first we have to operate this bracket. So what is written here? 640 divided by 64. So 640, it is being divided with 64. So that means 64 into 1 gives you 64, and then 64 minus 64 will be 0, 0 then comes, and then 64 into 0 gives us what? 0. So that means 10 is our required answer. So that means the next process, so the next part is 990 divided by 10. So let's just find out once again, 990 and then 10. So 10 into how much gives you 990? We know that 99 into 10 gives us 990. So that's our total answer. So the total answer of question number 1, 3 is 99. So let's just jump into question number 4. Question number 4 is nothing but 7896 minus bracket 2347 divided by 2347. So that is talking about the division of the number itself. Division of the number itself, and we know that any number except 0 will give us what result? What result when it is divided with itself? You know that, right? What is the result? 1, right? 1. So 2347 divided by 2347 gives us 1, and 7896 minus 1 is 7895. So that is the answer of question number 1, 3 and 4. Alright, the second question is divide and check the result by division algorithm in each of the following. So first of all, we have to divide the numbers, and then we have to find out whether the division algorithm will hold its property or not. So the first question is 83979 divided by 651. So we have to divide this number. So let's just do the process. So 83979 divided by 651. So here the first 3 numbers we have to take, because 651 is the 3-digit number. So we have to first take the 3-digit number. So because 839 is greater than 651, so our task will be fulfilled. So 651 into how much gives you 839? So there is no exact such number. So we have to find out such number which is just close to 839. So what is that number? 651 into 1 is the first number, because 651 into 2 will hold, which will give us 4-digit number. So it is not at all justified to take the larger number which is beyond 839. We have to take the smaller number which is closest with 839. So 651 is the first number. Let's just remove this line. So now the process is we have to do what? Subtraction. So 9 minus 1 is 8, and then we have to carry 1 here. So 13 minus 5 is 8 again, and then 1 is being carried. So 7 minus 6 is 1. So 188 is lesser than 651. So we have to just drop down one number, that is 7. So right now 651 will how much? 651 into how much gives you 1887. So there is, I think there is no such exact number existed, so we have to take the smaller number which is being right next or right before 1887. So 651 into 2, let's just find out what is 651 into 2. 2 into 1 is 2, 2 into 5 is 10, 1 carry, 2 into 6 is 12, 1 20, 13. So 1302, and let's just find out 651 into 3. So 3 into 1 is 3, 3 into 5 is 15, 1 carry, 3 into 6 is 18, 1 carry is 19. So 1953, it is greater than 1887. So we have to take this number. So 1302, right? And then simply do the subtraction. 7 minus 2 is 5, 8 minus 0 is 8, 8 minus 3 is 5. Right? So 585 is lesser than 651. We have to drop the last number, that is 9. So 58, we have to write, I just remove this number because it sounds like little hazy. All right, so now it is much more clear. All right, so 5859, right? So let's just find out the last number over here. So 651 into how much gives you 5859. So let's just do 8. So 8 into 1 is 8, 8 into 5 is 40, 4 carry, 8 into 6 is 48, 52, right? So 5208. And lastly, we just do 651 into 9. So 9 into 1 is 9, 9 into 5 is 45, 4 carry, 9 into 6 is 54 and 58. So 5859 gives us when 651 is multiplied with 9. So what? So 2 and then 9. So 5859. And hence, remainder, the garbage is not here. So let's just now do and check it out whether division algorithm holds its own identity or not. So what we have to do, we just write 83979 because it is our dividend. So dividend, first of all, we have to write according to division algorithm. According to division algorithm, what we have to do? Dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So that is our division algorithm. So what we have to do? We should not write dividend because it is our answer, and we have to find, by doing such calculation, we have to find the net result, that is 83979. So here we have to fix the number divisor. Divisor is what? 651, which helps in the process of division. And then quotient, the upward and the most top rated result, that is our result, that is 129. So 129, we just fix it over here, and here no garbage as of now, so 0, right? So 129 into 651, let's just find out. 651 and then 129, right? I can do 3-digit multiplication. So for your instance, I just do 1 by 1. So 9 into 1 is 9, 9 into 5 is 45, 4 carry, 9 into 6 is 50, I guess 54, and then 4 plus, that is 58. Then 2 into 1 is 2, 2 into 5 is 10, 1 carry, 2 into 6 is 12, and then 13, and then double, and then 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into 5 is 5, and then 1 into 6 is 6. Just do this addition, and the last but not the least will be our answer. So here 9, correct? Then 5 plus 2, 7, correct? Then 8 plus 1 is 9, correct? And then 5 plus 3 is what? 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13, 1 carry, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. So that is our result, that is 83979. So hence division algorithm is absolutely verified, and all the rest of the division algorithm, or let's say the question number 1 as well, you have to do in your home. So now let's just jump into question number 6. Question number 6 is on dividing 48491 by a certain number. So here divisor is not given. So the quotient is, what else is given? The quotient is 1939 and the remainder is 16. Find the divisor. So that is our question and we have to find out the divisor, right? So how will you find it? By using what method? We have that one tool available for solving this particular question. That is what? That is basically division algorithm. So according to division algorithm, we have to write like according to division algorithm. What is division algorithm? Dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, right? So we just put the values in its original position. So here 48491, so 48491 equal to divisor we don't know, quotient we know, that is 1939 plus remainder is 16. So now at this point we have to find out what is the divisor over here. So how will I find out? How will I find it? So let's see. 48491, that is our total answer. So to find that number, first we have to do one process. That is, first of all, we have to subtract 48491 with 16. And the logic behind that I will tell you later on. So 48491 minus 16. Let's just find out first of all, and then I will explain to you why these things are happening. So 48491 minus 16. First we have to do this process. So 48491 minus 16 gives you what? Basically. So 11 minus before doing the actual calculation, let's just fill all such things as it is. So divisor into quotient, right? So now let's just find out what is the result. So first of all, what is this sign? This sign is called implies. Implies means when it is showing the next path, what is gonna happen? The first part is this, and then implies, this part implies the second part. It is just showing the path that after that it will get this part. So after that, let's say some directions are being given. Let's say to find out where is our east, like in the division where the crossroads are there, right? 4 roads are being inserted in certain point. So to find that, let's say someone is going over here, and to find out where to go, let's say his destination is here and he doesn't know, because he is new in town, he doesn't know the actual path. What will he do? So in that modern time we use Google Maps, but let's take 10 years back and let's just find out, let's just think what he will do. He just find out one sign, one board will be there which is showing that to go to reach that particular point you have to follow this part, you have to follow this route. So the person will easily understand and then he will go to his actual point. So what I'm talking about, first of all he followed this path, and then this path implies this route, right? So this path basically implies this route. This is showing that you have to work on, you have to go on this particular path, you have to follow this particular route to reach your destination. So here, to reach our destination, certain paths we have to follow. So the first path is implying the second path, and then thus the second path is implying the third path. So that is the meaning of implies, right? So Let's just come back in the calculation part. So 48491 minus 16 is how much? 48491 minus 16 is how much? So 11 minus 6 is 5, then 1 carries, right? So 8 minus 1 is 7, 4 will remain same, and then 8 will remain same, and then 4. So 48475, right? And then divisor into quotient. And then what we have to do, we just do the division part. So what we have to do, we just divide this larger number with that smaller number. So the process will be like, let me just erase this part because you have understood what I'm trying to say. So let's just, so now to find out that calculation, we have to put 48475 and then 1939. So we have to take this 4 as a whole. So 1939. So 1939 into how much gives you 4847? Let's say 3. So 3 into 9 is 27, 2 carry, 3 into 3 is 9, 2 plus 11, 3 into 9 is 27, 27, right? 27 plus 1 is 28, 2 carry, then 3 into 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. So it accelerates. So let's just do 1939 into 2 straight away. So 2 into 9 is 18, 1, 2 into 3 is 6, 1 carry, that is 7, 2 into 9 is 18, 1 carry, 2 into 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So 3878. So that is the exact nearest number just before 4847, right? So the quotient will be 2, and then subtraction part. So what we have to do, 17 minus 8 is 9, 13 minus 7 is how much? 6, and then 7 minus 8 is 9, and then 9, 6, 9 and 5, right? So what we have to do, there is no such exact answer is coming. Why? Because I'm not getting why the exact answer is not coming. 1939, what we supposed to do? 1939, why it is not coming? 1939 into, let's say I'm doing 5. Let's see what exactly will come. So 5 into 9 is 45, 4 carry, 5 into 3 is 15, 9. No, it is not coming. Oh, okay. So 5 into 3 is 15, 9. Then 1 carry, 5 into 9 is 45, then 46, 4, 5 into 5 is 1, 5 into 1 is 5, and then, yes, exactly, it comes. I'm just confused between the numbers. So one thing that you have to remember, you will also get confused sometimes, but make your hope a little bit more like in the upward direction, because you will soon get the answer. Because we the humans, we have that tendency to do mistakes, and with that mistakes we have to get some sort of learnings which will hold our identity, which will make our identity. So at that time, don't be depressed that my answer is not coming or I'm just a weak student. It is not like that. You will do such mistakes. I am doing right now as well in that stage. So why not you will do? Why not you just do? You will do also, and we are at the level of learning. So learn by your mistakes. So the answer is basically 5, that is 9, 5, right? So 25 is our net result. So it will give us what? The answer is basically divisor equal to 48475 divided by 1939, which will give us 25 as a result. So now the question is why I'm doing minus and then division, right? So hence this is a type of equation. What do you mean by equation? I'm talking about this word equation. So this equation is nothing but to equate two different quantities where the result must be same. It is exactly same like the commutative concept, where we just interchange the numbers and we are just hoping that the answer must be same. So in that case, when we are talking about equation, it should be where this side result, it must satisfy this side result. What I am talking about sides, the sides will distinguish by this equal to. This equal to exactly tell us that this part where the number is 4849, it must be equal to this part where the calculation part is being going on. So here we know that division algorithm, the alternative side, that is we called as, if you see that this is what? This is left hand side, because in the left part the dividend part is there, and in the right part the calculation part, all such things are there. So from this side, this is the left hand side, and then this is the right hand side. So I'm talking about when the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, that exactly tells us the story of equation. So right now when we are talking about such big calculations, or you can say some small calculations, then we have to focus on some new parts. That is, when this plus sign is there in any of the direction. So let's say here in this case the plus sign is coming in the right hand direction. So when it will go towards the left hand direction, so you just see here there is no plus sign is there, it is just going towards left hand direction, it will change its identity. The plus becomes minus. And then when the operator, everything is being done over in the left hand side, some part is there, that is 1939 in the right hand side. When it will go along into the left hand side, it will again change its property. The multiplication, it becomes division. You just see divisor is there, it is stay alone. And then the whole part is being transferred to this sort of parts, that is 48475 divided by 1939. So what happens actually, the left hand side, it just, when the number are being transferred towards any of the side, let's say the number is being transferred towards right hand side, it also do the same property. It is not mandatory that all the numbers it will go towards right hand side towards left hand side. It is not such mandatory. When any of the cases are being going on, let's say from left hand towards right hand or right hand towards left hand, the same process will be going on. The same process will gonna happen. What is that process? The first one thing that you have to remember. Now the question will arise once again, why am I not doing first multiplication towards division and then we just do that addition towards subtraction? Why first of all I just pick addition, why not multiplication, right? So that is the question. Maybe you just some students might get confused with this type of property. So in that sense, I would like to say you, first we have to pick up the minus and the plus part. When we are calculating collectively, we have to follow Bodmas rule. What is Bodmas rule? You know that Bodmas rule is nothing but brackets of division, multiplication, addition and then subtraction. And when we are talking about that equation as a concern, then all the reverse process will be going on. At that time, the addition and subtraction, it will go first, and then multiplication and division. So when we are talking about this particular problem, then the first part we have to find out that addition and subtraction, is this here or not? If it is not there, then directly do this division and multiplication. So here plus sign is there, let's just shift this plus sign into left hand side, right hand side towards left hand side, and it will change its property from plus to minus. And then the multiplication part, it will change its property towards division. The reverse process will also be going on. If minus sign will be there, it will just shift towards plus sign, and if there is division, there is a sign of division, then it will change its property towards multiplication. I hope this process is much more clear to you, because it is very much important when we just deal with equation as a whole, because in class 6 equations are not there, but the property are exactly same. If we compare class 6 mathematics with class 7 or class 8 mathematics, these properties are exactly same. They are talking about equations. So why not we just learn from class 6? Because at class 6 we just get the scope of what? Of gaining some extra knowledge as well, because equation is there. It is not there in your book. I know that some might get confused, but why not to learn? Be open to learn. Don't just focus on, don't just stay united on that book point of view. Why not we just learn something new? Why not we just excel something new? Because excellence comes when you just open your door, for learning, right? So let's just jump into some next questions. I hope this question number 6 is clear to you. I hope. If you have any sort of doubt, you just text me in WhatsApp. I will make some other videos for you on that equation point of view as a whole. If you want, you just text me. All right. So let's just jump into question number, let's say which question that I have to pick up. Let's see. Let's say question number 10. So let's just jump into question number 10. So here is question number 10. Question number 10 is saying that in a school auditorium, each row has 20 seats. Determine the minimum number of rows required to seat 540 persons at a time. So first of all, let's just focus on this word, that is row. What do you mean by row? Row is nothing but these lines. Let's say in your classroom, the benches are placed in such orders, right? So here is first bench is there, and then second bench, then third bench, then fourth bench, like that way it is keep going on, right? It will keep going on. And then in the first bench 3 students are being placed, and in the second bench 3 students, then third bench 3 students, right? So first of all we will tell you, and then there is some other part. Others are there, 1, 2, 3, and then this one, right? So row is nothing but when we are talking about this as a whole. So in the first bench, how many students are there? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that is 6 students. So in the first row, how many students are there? 6. So that's what rows is all about. So there is some other term, that is columns are there, right? Columns are nothing but the reverse process of row. So when we are talking about this as a whole, so that is talking about column. So this as a whole is column, and this as a whole is row. That is column, right? So in column, how many students are there? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 12 students are there in first column. So in a first row, how many students are there? 6. So is it clear? I think the row and column concept is being clear to you. Column is not there, but still for knowledge point of view, it is much more required to understand these two topics as a whole. So now after row, let's just jump into the actual solution part of question number 10. So write solution, right? So in an auditorium, 26 are there in the first row, and 540 students as a whole are there. So what we have to do, we just separate, we just collectively find out how many rows are being required. So in the first row 20 students are there. What I have just discussed, So in the first row, how many students are there? 6 students. So let's say if the students are 30, so how many rows are required? 6, then 6, then 6, and then 6. So in the first row, how many students are there? 6. In the second row, 6. In the third row, 6. In the fourth row, 6. In the fifth row, 6. So what we have to do? So we cannot find out if the students are huge. If the students are huge, let's say if we want to calculate for 300 students. If we want to calculate for 300 students, we just do manually. No. What we have to do? We have to do the division process. What we have to supposed to do that the total persons equal to 540. Each row equal to 20 seats, right? So therefore number of rows equal to 540 divided by 20. That we have to do, and 540 divided by 20 is nothing but what? 20 into 2 is 40, then 140, and 20 into 7 is what? 140. So 27 rows required to fill up the auditorium to seat. Basically we need 27 rows to arrange for 540 persons at a time. So that's about question number 10. Let's just do one more questions of this session and we'll just sum up all such things. And one more thing, 0 divided by 0 is not equal to 1. I just disclosed this fact in the last part of this video. So let's just jump into which questions. Let's just jump into question number, let's say 13. Let's just do question number 13. Alright, so that is the last question of the day. During question number 13, during prayer time in a school, 20 students stay in each row. I think this question is exactly same as of question number 10. Find the minimum number of rows if there are 480 students in that school. So that is the exact same question of question number 10. So what we have to do, we just divide 480 divided by 20 and simply we just find out the answer. And the remaining that what we have to do, I just written all such things in question number 10. So make sure you just understand. If you understand question number 10, then you can easily write down what we have to write in question number 13 as well. So what is the answer? Let's just find out what is the answer. 480 divided by 20, right? So 20, that is 40, 2 carry 8, 0 and then 24. So basically 24 such rows are required to fill up 480 students in that particular school for school prayer basically, right? So that's all for today's video. Oh, one more thing, 0 divided by 0 is not 1. So what I have told you, that any number divided by itself, it is giving us 1. So why not for 0 divided by 0? Why not for 0 divided by 0? So here these both are same thing, right? 2 divided by 2 equal to 2 by 2. 2 by 2, both are same exactly. So this notation and this notation is not different. These are exactly same. So now in that case, 0 divided by 0, if it is not 1, then what? So what is the exact answer of 0 divided by 0, right? So let's just find out. 0, then 0, right? So 0 into 0 gives us 0, right? 0 into 0 gives us 0. So the answer is 0. So what do you think? The answer is 0. So 0 divided by 0 is basically 0. What do you think? What do you think? So I think maximum of us might get satisfied with that result. So let me tell you one thing. So if 0 into 0 gives us 0, 0 into 1 gives us also 0, right? 0 into 1, yes, 0 into 1 gives us also 0. 0 into 2 gives us also 0. So what to put? What to put in that answer? 0 divided by 0. If I just write 0 divided by 0 and that is fill in the blanks, let's say. So what to write over here? 0, 1, 2 or any number. What to write? We cannot write any sort of answer because 0 divided by 0, it is not giving us an exact answer. It is not giving us any sort of exact answer. So for that reason 0 divided by 0 is not equal to 1, or else it is not divided with any sort of number. So the answer of 0 divided by 0 is basically undefined. Undefined, right? So 0 divided by 0 is nothing but undefined, as it is just similar with 5 divided by 0. 5 divided by 0 is nothing but, this is the representation of 5 divided by 0. So it is also giving the same result, that is undefined. So in that case of 0 divided by 0, or it is 5 divided by 0, or 6 divided by 0, any number divided by 0 is undefined. Or if we're talking about 0 divided by 0, it is not giving us 1 as a result, it will give us what? Undefined as a result. So that's all for today's video. I think you have got everything about 2f, and I have discussed with you some more new topics which is not there in the book, but still it is much more required for you to understand, because in the later class you will get to know, but why not from class 6 as well. If you have any sort of doubt, you just make a note, and whenever the Zoom classes are going on, I will just take the Zoom class very soon. Rapid Zoom classes are being taken, so that your doubts must get resolved very quickly. So you just make a note of that, and stay safe, stay connected with the group, because it is much more important for you, because any sort of information are being given to that particular group. So bye bye and take care.